Species7 here, and welcome back to Professional Farmer 2014. Kind of strange. I'm so used to doing farm simulator videos that at this point I'd usually tell you what farm we're on, but you know what? I don't actually know. I don't know what the name of this farm is. Is it on the map? Nope. Huh, okay. Well, there you go. Huh, alright, well. So, as soon as I logged in, oddly enough, I had a message come up going, your neighbors will need help from time to time. And then it gave me a mission. Apparently, they want me to go plow my neighbor's field. Which is, kind of good, because in all honesty I was wondering how the heck I was going to make money to make a harvester. That's odd. My music control doesn't seem to do anything in here. Alright, what would they like me to do? They'd like me to go pick that up. Okay. This we can do. Do-do-do-do-do. Slow down. Yeah. I guess probably don't really need to be in 6th gear for this, do I? Okay. There we go. Attachez-vous the plow. Alright, now all we gotta do is find this supposed neighbor's field. Okay. So yeah, the last episode we had finished the field we were working on here. Well, at least to the point of cultivating it. And then they sent us off. Ooh, bit of a bumpy spot of ground there. They sent us off to buy some seeds. Well, that's where I left you guys. I just bought the seeds and was proceeding to drive home. Well, let me tell you, in a rather sneaky fashion, the drive home took a good 20 minutes. Yeah, they sort of made it a rather roundabout kind of drive, I'm afraid. Is this the field they want me to plow? Oops, I almost ran into a pole. I'll bet you it is. Would you guys like me to plow this field? You would. New task, plow field. Okie dokie. I will do that. Holy. I was wondering what the heck was behind my tractor. Of course it would be shadows. And I always forget there's actually 3 camera positions. And one of them lets you zoom out a heck of a lot more than the others. So, this little field he'd like plowed, would he? Alrighty. I can do this. I did it on my field. Alright. So, let's get into position here. That probably wasn't exactly where I wanted to be. There we go. And I want probably not 6th gear. I'm thinking 3rd will probably do us. Let's drop our plow and go. There we go. So, wow. I'm both amazed and pleased that for probably the first time in 3 going on 4 years, twice in a row I've been able to load up a UIG game and have it work. Okay, I guess we've probably reached a point where, seeing as how all they've done here, we should probably just leave it at that, eh? Quit being so bothersome for poor old UIG. Although, damn it, they've taken a few dollars out of my pocket for very little return, so I guess if I want to rant a little tiny bit, I'm allowed. Yeah, I know. Surpassed a little tiny bit 35 videos ago, didn't that? It's, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the last video, but I'll tell you, not since Farming Giant have they had background music for a sim game that was kind of more suiting to the game than what this one does. You know, although, like I say, it's kind of odd. I have volume controls on my keyboard, and this is the first time of any application I have run where it seems to have absolutely no effect on the game. Once the game is up and running, it seems the only way I can change the volumes of anything is through the game's own option menu. So I suppose we should have a look at the field status here when we drop our plow this next time. I wonder what we'll get paid for this. Interesting. So I take it if you do things like this, jobs for neighbors like plowing their fields and such, I'd kind of wonder how many of the fields will eventually be available for your own purchase. Although I guess you could purchase neighbors' fields. I mean, unlike Farming Simulator, I suppose someone has to own the fields, as opposed to just having massive amounts of acreage all over the countryside sitting empty. Well, that's kind of neat that this early into it, they're showing you that there's a little more to it. I mean, this sort of a mission, this is a new kind of a thing, and I gotta say I kind of like it. So, pretty interesting day so far. I've spent most of my day playing email tag with various gaming companies and digital distributors. Unfortunately, the last two simulators I purchased I've had issues with, and quite frankly, I'm tired of having issues with games. You know, if you're gonna put a product on a shelf, you better be sure that when people buy it, it's what they thought they were getting, or by God, they are gonna let you know about it. So, as far as I'm concerned, that goes to digital distribution just as it does to a bag of apples. So, I purchased a game called Construction Machines 2014, mainly because it kind of reminded me of Demolition Company, which I enjoyed. I really did. I thought it was a really fun game. But, my God, the controls are so hard to use. The camera doesn't work the way it should, you know, and there's little hints here and there that maybe the game wasn't quite as polished. So I contacted the company. Oddly enough, they have the same publisher as this game. It's not a UIG game, it's made by a different company, but it is being published by these guys, Playway. And within a couple hours, they got back to me. Gave me a link to a patch for the game, and unfortunately the first issue was a FTP link, and it was down at the time when I tried to access it. So they sent me another one, and then there was an issue with the file when I did download it, and yeah, it's kind of been an ongoing thing. And then the other one, but I'll give them one thing, they have gone out of their way to try and fix the problem. And this is not an expensive title we're talking about. Construction Machines 2014 is like a $10 game, brand new, right? So, you know, but they are going out of their way to try and get me straightened around. But the other one was, I have been telling you guys that I had a new series to go up. And besides this one, that I actually had another Farming Simulator series to go up. And it wasn't released until this midnight last night. Well, I downloaded it this morning, got it all downloaded. When it went to the install process, it came up and went 32-bit installer, sorry, can't install, because of course, like most of the world, I'm running a 64-bit operating system. So yeah, I have sent a ticket into Gamersgate because it does not state anywhere on the what the heck is going on there? Oh, I see, the shadows have just gone over the hill. It looked like the hedge and the gate disappeared, but in fact the top of them went into shadow. So yeah, I sent a ticket into Gamersgate because it doesn't say anywhere on the system specs that it's 32-bit only. It says Windows 7, Windows 8. So, and I also contacted the gaming company to ask if they did not actually have a 64-bit installer. So we'll have to see. But yeah, so can I say? And it's not, you know, I don't think unless you're told early access you should be getting an unfinished product, and I don't think that not listing a product's limitations is terribly fair either. So, what's happening here? Is it just starting to get dark? It is too, eh? My goodness, have we almost gotten through our first day? Oh no! That's terrible, what a mess I just made of that. Ay, 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 ay. Oh. Oh, my neighbor's not going to be asking me over to plow again anytime soon. What a crudgy job that was. Yikes. I actually did better on my own field. And yet they still seem to think I needed the practice, and look what it got me. I mean, this side's okay, but yikes, look at that. Big woobles all over the place. Oh, wow. What the heck? What are we at? 72% plowed. Uh-oh. Everybody's lights are coming on and the sun's going down. This is getting scary. Now, I guess I should turn my lights on. Holy smoke, man, those are lights. I tell you, look at that. Unbelievable, man. That's quite something. I do like those lights. I say, this is a really pretty game. Good for UIG. What a nice effort. I was watching another YouTuber's video on this game yesterday, and I thought it was just hilarious because they kept ranting about how much UIG had dumbed down and simplified the game compared to their agricultural simulator series, none of which of course worked or were playable because they were so buggy, which he admitted that they didn't work and they weren't playable and they were buggy as hell and blah blah blah. And yet, but I mean, okay, fair enough, yes, they have taken some of the things out. I mean, you know, if I screw up a line of plowing here, I don't end up with a ridge that I can't get my tractor in and out of because the ground is not as dynamic, right? The terrain is not dynamic in the way that it was in their earlier series. And yet at the same token, he's complaining because you can't just hit W or S to go backwards and forwards. You actually have to deal with a tractor that has a transmission in it. Well, I'm not a farmer, but I have actually driven a few different types of tractors. You know, it's an opportunity that comes along on occasion, and I'm always one to jump on things like that. You know. And yeah, they're not like, you know, they're not like hopping in a little automatic car. You know, although even there you do have to do something other than just press a different pedal to go in a different direction. But, you know, in fact, the only vehicle I've ever driven that worked sort of the way that Farming Sim does, where you're using the same kind of pedal thing, but, you know, push it forward, you go forward, push it backwards, you go backwards. With a little front end loader that I drove for a while, and a couple of the forklifts that I've driven have worked that way. But beyond that, let's face it, most stuff is a little more complicated to drive than just, you know, immediate back and forth. New task, you can drive home now. Yeah, if I asked my neighbor to come over and help me plow a field and he left with the field looking like this, yeah, I'm sorry. We would not be considering time to go home now. Not in the slightest. We are going to run one more row. And yeah, although there is not dynamic terrain, you do feel your plow pull you around, and in such a manner that it's not even. Like, if I were to just simply, you know, allow for the fact that with a keyboard and a mouse, if you don't move anything, nothing moves, right? In other words, if I left everything in a centered position, I should be able to take my hands off the keyboard and go in a straight line. Well, they do make this thing actually bounce back and forth from being dragged by the plow, so you can't do that. You have to actually drive the tractor. So, yeah, a little inside viewage. Alright. Let's go back to here. 18,750. I don't think I got actually paid for that, because I'm pretty sure after we bought our seed, 18,750 is what we had left. So, well, I don't know if I'm going to be doing people favors if I'm not getting paid for it, quite frankly. Let's get our plow lifted up. Whoops. There we go, it's up. Did I leave a big... Oh my... Ugh. Really? Oh, that's not very good, dude. Come on. Really? This is your neighbor, man. You're gonna go all shoddy on your neighbor? Wow. Not cool. Alright, let's get this plow down again. One last row. Because, I'm sorry, but ask me to help a guy out. Look at this. Alright. There. I'm thinking I've actually helped out my neighbor. That transmission makes quite a clunk when you shift up through the gears, I'll tell you. Alright, we're done. So they'd like us to head home. Perfect. Wow. It is, pretty impressive, eh? Damn, I wish the lights in the Euro truck worked this well. You'd actually see traffic coming at night. Cool. Well, that was really neat. That was really neat. I'm gonna say, kind of thought maybe we'd get paid for plowing somebody else's field, considering the wear and tear on our own gear, plus half a tank of gas. That's gonna cost me a dinero or two. In fact, I suppose... How are we doing here? Yeah? Just over half full, so fill her up. I'm now down to 860 liters in my home tank, as it were. So, you've been paid. Oh, damn. Oh, look at this. Another neighbor needs your help. New task. Cultivate your neighbor's field. Well, already. Hell, he paid me $2,000 to plow it. Nice. Wowzer. Very nice. Huh. Bum 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 bum. And we will set our little plow back where he goes. Cool. Click. Oops, I'm still in reverse. Okay. Well, I think, guys, that I may just call her an episode here. And next episode, we'll go back and cultivate the neighbor's field. I just think that's slick as heck, you know that? I really do. I mean, what a great way for them to, you know, make money when you're, you know, you're waiting for your own field to come up. Because, again, this is not, you know, that field is not going to be harvestable the day after we sow it. Right? There we go. We'll just jump out of the tractor for now and quiet things down. Yeah, that is not going to be harvestable the day after we sow it. You know, it's going to take quite a while before we actually have anything going on. So, something to keep in mind, you know? Something to definitely keep in mind. But I think that'll do it for now. It is getting late down here on the farm. Should probably think about maybe doing up the neighbor's farm a little bit later, huh? But until then, hey, take care of each other, folks. And this has been Species 7. Hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. We'll see you next time, and ciao for now.